Right, Sanctuary Runners are running a Christmas initiative to try and get us to run to the North Pole. It's tricky, but it's manageable. Ailís McSweeney is with us this morning to talk to us about it. Ailís, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
I understand you have COVID, like half the country at the moment, so thank you for doing this for us.
Yeah, oh, what a time of the year. But actually, I think we may just have a bad flu. We're fingers crossed and flat out testing here before hopefully a trip home to Cork.
Well, that would be ideal. Obviously, it's not ideal, but better than the alternative. Just for people who are unfamiliar with Sanctuary Runners, will you just explain what the organisation is?
Yeah, of course. It's a solidarity through sport initiative. So we use running, walking, jogging just to bring people together in their communities, and especially refugees and asylum seekers. So you know yourself, sport is a fantastic way to bring people together, make friends, make connections. And that's what Sanctuary Runners have been doing since 2018. Setting up groups around the country, especially where there are direct provision centres. Now, at the moment, obviously, there's emergency accommodation centres in places there never would have been before. So we have new groups popping up all around the country to welcome people to our country. And it's really a lot of crack. It's really a lot of fun. You get to meet people who are new to your community and widening your circle and get out in the fresh air. We all need a bit of an excuse, especially at this time of the year, a bit of extra motivation to get us out of the house.
Yeah, I think it's mad that there's no official government initiative or organisation. This is a completely grassroots thing that got founded and that has grown from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Back in 2018, Graham Clifford, who set this up, he was running himself one day and was thinking, God, I do not literally not know anybody who's come to this country seeking asylum. How, I would just not bump into anyone. And he said, this would be lovely to run shoulder to shoulder with someone. So it started at Cork City Marathon that year. They have relay races up to now they have had anyway. So they started entering teams that were a mix between Irish citizens and residents, migrants who might have come here to work, and people who were in the international protection system. And from there, people were tapping them on the shoulder saying, oh, can I do this in my town? Can I do this in my village? And it wasn't initially the plan, but it just absolutely took hold. So we've around 30 groups at the moment and growing all the time. We've actually 3 new ones launching in January in Gort, in Athlone and in Youghal. So it's picking up pace.
The Christmas initiative is a nice way for people to talk about this and to get involved. So can you explain to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. We've been going since Sunday. We're actually going from the North Pole to Áras on Uachtaráin to deliver the President of Ireland a very special gift of some magical running shoes. Apparently, he does an annual inspection of Phoenix Park every year and needs to cover every inch. And he just needed these before Christmas, so Santa wasn't going to be able to make it until the big day. And he called on us, and Rashida Adelecki has pulled the team together, Ireland's fastest woman, and has been supporting the team all along the way. So we're nearly there. We've got about 1,300 kilometres to do between today and maybe into tomorrow to try and get there. And really, it's just been a fun focus for all our running groups in the week up to Christmas. For some people in our running groups, it might be their first Christmas in Ireland, and it gives a little bit of extra buzz and excitement to the week. But people have been coming in who've never been sanctuary runners before, just sharing their pictures and photos on social media, donating their kilometres. There's nothing else to donate, so it's not a fundraising initiative. It's just about donating your miles and your smiles and bringing a little bit of visibility to, I suppose, the fact that there are so many people new to our country who we would like to extend a welcome to.
Yeah.
And the President, I suppose, it's not an accident that he's involved and happy to be involved, because he's always been very outspoken about us being a nation who is welcoming, and that's at the core of who we are. So it's been so much fun to have the President behind this.
Yeah, he's also a massive sports fan. That's the other aspect of this. You talked briefly at the start about the power of sport to bring people together, and so often on this show we're guilty of it. We end up having long conversations about multi-million-pound footballers, but really, and this time of the year and this initiative and even the Go Mile are opportunities for us to remember that sport is really about grassroots. Like, we get enjoyment from it, not just from sitting on the couch, but it's supposed to be a participation thing.
Yeah, exactly. The more people involved, the better, for sure. I mean, we see it every week at park runs across the country. We'd run there a lot. They'd be very supportive. We see it at local clubs who welcome runners in, and when they see them wearing the Sanctuary Runner t-shirt. You're right. I know myself from my time in Leavale Athletics or on Irish teams. You make so many friendships and so many connections through sport. They last your lifetime, and it helps you in ways you might never have expected. And yeah, that is an absolutely lovely thing. I went for a run and we were on Strava as well, logging up the other night, and I was thinking, I'm going out here now just to get my kilometres for the quest, that was my main motivation, but it wasn't the nicest of evenings. And I bumped into two of my fellow coaches from Skerries Athletic Club, where I coach at the moment. And all of a sudden, the run was just so much easier. I flew around the head here, didn't even think about stopping, which I normally would do about every 100 metres. I'm a sprinter, not a long distance runner. Yeah, it was brilliant. So yeah, it is so powerful. And we see it really when all our groups come together at certain times during the year for big runs. The crack is just mighty.
It is amazing, Ailís. It's a great way for people to get to know, people seeking asylum and refuge in this country, because, as you say, like even my own mum does the park runs and stuff at home in Monaghan, and it's nearly the cup of coffee and tea after the running that's most important. It's the social aspect as well, like.
Oh yeah, the chats. Well, I can guarantee your mum knows Sanctuary Run is so, because they've got a great presence in Monaghan Park Run actually. Yeah, it is. It is all about the chats, isn't it? Sure, some people only come along for the chats and the coffee, and that's fantastic too.
It's the thing about it as well is, and we kind of spoken on the show as well about the importance of exercise for mental health and that sort of thing as well. PE often comes up, and the importance of PE, especially for young girls in the country, maybe who are underrepresented in that regard. But just to get out and about, the benefits can't be understated.
Oh, absolutely. And especially I think when the days are shorter, we all need it. You need that endorphin hit. When you come in, you feel so good. And I love seeing that in the photos that come through from Sanctuary Runners. We tend to be on a lot of WhatsApp groups, and on a Saturday morning after a park run, you could literally get a hit of 100 photos. There might be a few struggling runner photos in it, but it's mostly all about the smiles. And yeah, interesting you say about getting the girls and women involved. It was fantastic to be able to have Rashida as our person who launched it and showcasing, I suppose, the success of Irish women in sport this year. I think we've seen that a lot over the last few weeks when it comes to look backs and stuff. The women have been sweeping the boards a little bit, I suppose, when it comes to some of the top honours. And it is so inspiring. That whole, can't see it, can't be it kind of thing is, it's really important.
It's funny, right? Because Can't See, Can't Be was also dreamed up by two women who were like, this isn't right, we need to do something about it. It was a grassroots movement that then literally took over the sports culture because they went about it the right way. And, I really hope that Sanctuary Runner continues to follow in that pathway. If people do want to get involved, Ailís, what's the best and easiest way for them to tune in and show support?
Pop onto our website to sign up for those last few emails at sanctuaryrunners.ie, and you'll find us Sanctuary Runners Ireland across all the social channels. So have a little look there, and there's some fun videos and a few more sports stars getting involved over the next 24 hours, and that would be really fun to see. So far David Gillick has been on the team, we've had Claire Lamb, we've had Rashida, and then you'll get to see a lot of our Sanctuary Runners in action as well.
Well, listen, we wish you the very best of luck with it. I hope the testing continue to go negative. Thanks a million for joining us this morning. Cheers.
Thank you.
That's Ailís McSweeney there, and it's at Sanctuary Runner on Twitter, or sanctuaryrunners.ie is the website for that one as well.